Hello, what I'm going to be doing in this program is going through a Python program using if-else statements. So the narrative for the program is primary U.S. interstate highways are numbered 1 to 99. Odd numbers like the 5 or 95 go north and south, and evens like 10 or 90 go east and west. Auxiliary numbers are numbered 100 to 999 and service the primary highways indicated by the rightmost two digits. Thus, 405 services I-5 and I-290 services I-90. So, given a highway number, indicate whether it is a primary or auxiliary highway. If auxiliary, indicate what primary highway it serves. Also indicate if the primary highway runs north-south or east-west. So we'll go ahead and open up Python and get started. So I will go ahead and create a new file here, and let me just go ahead and increase the size of this. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is we need to prompt the user to input the highway number. So we will go ahead and type in a variable, highway number, and that will equal int. We want to convert it into an integer, and then we need an input statement. And I will add all my parentheses in there. And what we're going to prompt the user with is just enter a highway number. And basically what we're doing here is we're going to output this to the screen. So we prompt the user to enter the highway number, and then that number we're going to convert to an integer, since when you input something into Python, it initially saves it as a string unless you convert it. So that's our first line of code. So what we're going to do next is output. I'll just add a comment here. Output whether the highway is auxiliary or primary. So that's going to be our first check. So what we need to do is we need to write an if statement to check that. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to verify that they've entered valid input, which is a number between 1 and 999. So what we'll do is we'll write our if statement if our highway number is less than 1, or our highway number is greater than 999, then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and output error message. So after I add that colon, Python knows that the next line needs to be indented. So that's how Python keeps track of its code blocks, is by indentation or white space. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and print highway number is not a valid interstate highway number. Okay, and then that's all I want in that code block. So what I need to do next is I need to hit the backspace key, and that'll take me back to the original margin. So what we need to do is, now we've checked the invalid case, now our else statement will go through our valid numbers. So the first thing we need to do is we need to check to see if our highway number is greater than 999. And if it is, that means that it's an auxiliary road. So we're going to go ahead and print, and it'll just be I dash, and then plus, and then we're going to convert our highway number to a string, and then we'll add a plus, then we'll have a space, is auxiliary, and then we're going to add an int equal to an empty open and closing single apostrophe. So that just basically means that it's not going to move to the next line, our print statement. Okay, so, and then we know this is not a primary, it's an auxiliary. So the next thing we need to do is we need to get the auxiliary number, or get the primary. And in order to do that, we're going to use the modulus. So we're going to let our primary number equal to our highway number. And we're going to use the modulus. And what we're going to do is we're going to divide by 100. So what that'll do is, since our auxiliary is greater than 100, it will return what our primary number is, since it'll return the remainder of our auxiliary that gets inputted. So what this does is it gets the right two digits. And then we'll go ahead and print out a message. This will be printed on the same line, serving I dash plus, we're going to convert our primary number into a string, and then that will be all that we print. Okay, so again, that is what we're going to, if our if check is true, if our highway number is greater than 999, we want to go ahead and print out that message that it is an auxiliary and the highway that it's actually serving. And the other thing I need to do is I need to not advance to the next line, because we're going to specify if the main highway is moving north-south or east-west. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to hit the backspace key. That will take us to our else statement. If we do not do that, then the next line of code would run even if our if statement condition is true. So what we're going to do next, if our number is not greater than 99, then we know it's a primary. So we're just going to go ahead, copy this primary number, and what that'll equal is our highway number. And then we'll go ahead and print I dash colon plus, and then we'll convert our primary number to a string, and then plus is primary. And then we're going to add in, and we do not want to advance to the next line here. Okay, so that's all we need to do there. So I'll backspace it. Now we just need to After it does that first if-else, we need a second if-else. And within this if-else, we're going to check to see if it's north-south or east-west. So in order to do that, we can just go ahead and use the mod function again. So we're going to check mod 2 equals 0. So if it is even, then what we're going to add to print out is, we'll add in a comma, and it is going east-west. So again, if it's an even numbered highway, the highway generally runs east-west, and if it's an odd numbered highway, then it runs north-south. So we need to backspace and add our else statement, and I will just print going north-south. Okay, so that should be our program. So I will click on my Run Module button. It'll ask me to save my code. I will go into my 150 directory under Python, and I will save it as highway number. So we will go ahead, click on the Save button. We'll enter a Highway 494. If we hit enter, it is an auxiliary, and it serves I-94 through the Twin Cities, or Minneapolis-St. Paul, going east and west. Go ahead, run it again. We'll go ahead and enter a highway number. Highway 5, that's a primary, and it's going north and south. We'll go ahead, run another one. We'll enter an invalid number, -1. -1 is not a valid interstate highway number. So it looks like it is running correctly. I'll run one more. We'll put 105 in, and 105 is an auxiliary serving I-5 going north and south. So again, this program just demonstrated if else statements in a Python program and the importance of indentation for your code blocks. If I went in and actually deleted this white space and moved that statement and attempted to compile my program, let me go ahead and save it. It comes back with the syntax error, expected in indented blocks. So that lets me know that after that colon, the block should be indented. I hit my tab key, and now it should compile fine. Okay, so it has. I'll enter another invalid. And 1001 is not a valid interstate highway number. So that's all I wanted to cover on this video. So we will talk to you